Okay, so um, my name is Sam Ko. I think everyone knows who I am. I'm with Oregon Department of Ed for JDEP, and then for this time until we return to the office building, please call me on my cell phone. I still have people calling me on my office phone, but please call my cell phone if I can. I'll answer. So don't call me on my desk phone, please. And next, our agenda items.
Sam,
Yes,
sorry to interrupt. Matt Morgan in the Dalles. Could you give us that number, please?
sure. Okay, let me go back. Okay, it's here. It's on the PowerPoint. It's right here. And it's also in my signature of all my emails.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I had to join by phone call. My computer wouldn't let me in for whatever reason.
Okay. I'll say it out loud. My cell phone number is 503-931-4103. Again, it's 503-931-4103. And it's better to call instead of email me because right now we're kind of like information lockdown where people have to read my emails before I can send out. So yeah, feel free to call me. Yeah, and as Matt did,
Thank you.
yeah, we have a small group, so feel free to interrupt me or stop me if I'm going too fast or if I glossed over something that you want me to go over. Okay. So next, I was going to review the agenda. So the agenda, and I have to go this route, not the whole screen, because I'm having problems with my screen. So we have updates. First, we have Cassie Medina with High School Success. Then I have fiscal updates. Then I have JDEP YSEP guidance, an update. Then I want to just do a quick review of this statute and monitoring tool and RFP, and it'll be real short. So without further ado, Cassie, are you on the line?
I am. Can everybody hear me? All right. I just wanted to share with folks really quickly. My name is Cassie Medina. I work on the high school success team at the Oregon Department of Education. Just wanted to share an opportunity. We have some listening sessions that we're hosting every Tuesday, or excuse me, every other Tuesday at 12:30 to 1:30. Really just an opportunity for folks to come together, share some of the struggles they're experiencing, share some of the great things that they're doing specifically related to their high school success funding, but definitely the conversation goes beyond that. We've developed a session specifically for our JDEP and YSEP sites so that it's more relevant and not including all of the comprehensive high schools and things of that nature. So just wanted to share that as an opportunity. I'm going to send out to Sam the connection information. So if you're interested in participating and joining, again, they're on Tuesdays from 12:30 to 1:30. It's just a go-to conversation, and I will send that connection information to Sam so he can share it out with anyone.
Okay, thank you, Cassie. Does anyone have questions for Cassie?
Hi, Cassie. This is Joy Koenig. How are ya?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Joy?
I'm doing okay. Do you know what the funding is going to look like? Is it full funding that has been in the past, or do you have any kind of budget numbers on that? Thank you.
Absolutely, a great question. We're getting definitely a lot of this question. Right now, it is unfortunately too soon for us to be able to make any predictions on that, but we're working very hard and very quickly to see what we can do in terms of any estimates that we could provide. So unfortunately, I don't have a concrete answer for that, but we hope to get something out fairly soon.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Cassie? Okay, if there's no questions for Cassie, I'm going to continue with our agenda. Thank you, Cassie. Okay, next, um, fiscal updates. So I have letters A through F. So letter A, okay, so I'm reading off my notes. The 1920 fiscal amounts are stable. There are no plans on reducing your 1920 amounts. It's set in stone for now. And for now, unused 1920 Oregon and federal funds will carry over into 2021. Okay. So, but then none of that will carry into the 21-23 biennium. There is uncertainty for the 2021 school year because we don't know what the state school fund amount is going to be, and also whether the governor or the legislature will sweep our unused balance from 17-19. Now, why that is important is because, as everyone knows, I use the unused balance from the previous biennia to supplement the small JDEP sites and the small YSEP sites so that they can afford a full-time teacher. So I don't know what the governor and the legislature will do with that cash balance, but we're trying to communicate to the powers that be that although we have the cash balance, we don't just bank it, we don't just sit on it, we utilize it in the upcoming years. And we need to show them, because of our small JDEP sizes, that we are, it is really needed. Now, and then everyone is unmuted, so feel free to interrupt me whenever you want. Now, the thing about enrolling kids right now, I still need everyone to keep enrolling your students because if you look at our funding statute, darn, I just had it. It was okay. So here's our funding statute for JDEP and YSEP. If you see here, funds allocated to YSEP JDEP from the state school fund shall remain with ODE and shall be adjusted in the year following distribution to reflect the actual ADM of students in YSEP and JDEP. So what this basically is saying is, for JDEP 1920, we got payments from the state school fund. In May of 21, after the school year is ended, we will get an adjustment, whether it be more or less, for the actual ADM that was realized in 1921. So, I mean, in 1920. And remember, in 1920, in December of 18, we had to let the state school fund know what's our estimate. And in February, March, we'll let you know what was your ADM estimate for 1920. So we have to guess way ahead soon. So how that impacts us is if we don't, this is an example of where the, and this is from the state school fund website, like the district May 15, the May 15 from 1820. And for the 1819 and 1718 apportionment, our payment for JDEP was 67,000. But luckily, we got an additional 69 because we had more ADM than we estimated. And then for YSEP, our regular payment was 143. We got an extra 39 from the prior year adjustment. Now that is for the 1718 and 1819, and this is from May 15. This year for JDEP, we're a little closer, 48, and our adjustment was 10,000, which is basically one ADM. And for YSEP, it was 205. That's our regular payment, and we got 27, which is like basically two ADM. So my concern is next school year, in May, if we don't keep enrolling our kids until June 30th, when we have the May reconciliation in May of 21, instead of adding, it might be negative, and that has happened in the past. So we still need all the JDEP sites to continue to enroll kids and put them into the May reconciliation. Does anyone have, because of the May reconciliation, does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, next, letter E. Okay, so
Sam,
also,
this is Joy. Sorry, it took me a while to get my mute. First of all, I want to say amazing job on the estimates. You guys are always so close. And this is my 4th year being with you guys, and you guys are always so close and within those numbers. And I know that's really tricky. And you guys do a great mathematical genius job of doing that. And I just had to share that. I think in times like this, we have to recognize the good things that are going on. And that's a really wonderful job of really fairly accurate estimates. So thank you for letting me say that.
okay, thank you, Joy. Thank you. Yes. Okay, next on the agenda item. And then, Joy's parent agency in the fall and early spring tried to get funding for JDEP and YSEP, but then we also, like Adam and I, also went through our ODE processes and submitted legislative concepts, one for LTCT and one for JDEP YSEP. LTCT to expand sites, and for YSEP JDEP to get supplemental funding for the small sites. It made it out of ODE, but we just got word from the governor's office that as of right now, it does not look like it'll make it into the legislative session because of the fiscal climate right now. It's hard to justify adding or increasing when there's programs that are reducing. So our two concepts most likely will not make it unless other school districts or ECs take it on. But as ODE, we can't lobby for it or put forward anything. Next, letter F. We are looking at, and I don't even know what the acronym stands for, but it is called ESSSER funds. And I think that is from the CARES Act funds for education. So right now, ODE is looking to see if JDEP YSEP can qualify for ESSSER funds, also for LTCT and hospitals. So as soon as we have confirmation that we can qualify or don't qualify, we'll let you know. And we don't know whether it will go to the school districts or ESDs directly, or it'll flow through our unit via agreement to you guys. So rest assured, we are trying to get as much funding from the Fed CARES Act as possible too. So we're raising our heads, hey guys, don't forget us, and so forth like that. Okay. So next item on the agenda, JDEP YSEP guidance. It is still being reviewed. I know Coach Gill, our superintendent, shared a draft last night, and there might be a meeting scheduled with some YSEP principals, but I don't have that draft. And when I spoke with Adam, Adam doesn't have the draft, and I spoke with my boss, she doesn't have the draft either. So, and it is a draft, it may change. So we're still in wait mode for the draft for the JDEP and YSEP guidance. Okay, next, and then no questions. Today may be really quick. Next, on my agenda, I'd like to review this OER statute with everybody because we already had, I already had a district ask about it. And this is ORS 329-451. This is a high school diploma. And this is our section that pertains to us, even for LTCT. So basically it's saying if a school district is, if their diploma has more than the Oregon minimum diploma, for instance, like if the Oregon diploma has 24 credits, if your school district requires 26, or if your school district requires foreign language, which the Oregon diploma does not, then if a student was ever in a foster kid, homeless, runaway, military, migrant worker, or ever in JDEP YSEP, the student can earn a Oregon diploma. They don't have to earn the school district diploma. So this is basic. And then I had to remind a school district about this statute because The particular student was in a district that required U.S. history, economics, and civics or U.S. government as their social studies credits. But the kid had 3 social studies credits, but not in those 3 core, not in those subjects. So they were not going to award him a diploma. But I had to share this statute with them, and they said, "Oh, we didn't know about that." Okay, yeah, they'll give him the Oregon diploma, but not their school district diploma. Okay, so again, it is ORS 329-451. Any questions? Okay, next, monitoring tool. Okay, so remember I talked.
Sam, sorry.
Sure.
Sam, sorry, Matt Morgan in the Dalles. I too struggled to get the mute off in time. Can you email the screen that I'm assuming you are showing to everyone? Again, I don't know how many of us are on by phone, but could you email your PowerPoint that you're going by, please?
Sure. Yeah. What I can do is I can even copy and paste that particular statute. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I just
Sure.
I want to make sure I'm not missing anything so that I can update our principal and superintendent accurately. Thank you.
Yeah. So it is ORS 329.451, and it's small letter C. Yeah. I can most definitely do that. Any other questions? Yeah, and feel free to interrupt me or raise your hand or anything. Okay. So next, monitoring tool for 1921 biennial. Instead of doing on-site monitoring, we will do desk monitoring. So we'll probably the JDEP monitoring tool will be adapted from the YSIP monitoring tool. So once that is ready, Adam Henning is working on that. Once he updates his, then I'll adapt it for JDEP by eliminating some of the Title 1D subpart 1 things. I know many of you received Title 1D subpart 2, but then I don't know if we're going to add that into your monitoring for JDEP, but it might be good. So yeah, for monitoring tool for 1921 will not be there won't be in person next school year. No traveling and so forth. And last but not least, an update on the RFP right now. We have Let's Go Learn for our online assessment, and it's just been a struggle to get the RFP for online learning, but it occurred to us that why don't we combine the RFP for the online assessment with the online learning, where it's just one entity, where hopefully the online learning will have assessments that are reliable and valid that can be administered every 6 months for reading and math, which is required for Title 1D subpart 1 and 2. So it is not to replace your teachers or your programs, but it is to be a supplement for your sites. For instance, like if your teacher is all ELA, but then but like English language arts, and you need a specific like a trigonometry math course, that's where the online learning will come into play. And also hopefully, well, a requirement that we will have is similar to Let's Go Learn. The students will be able to access that module or that course wherever they are, regardless of setting, for at least a year, because many of our kids go from JDEP to YSIP to LTCT, sometimes back to YSIP or JDEP and so forth. So if the kid was on one single learning system that all of our programs have access to, then it'll be the continuity of learning will be will be there. So we're working on that. So any
Sam,
questions or comments?
Sam, this is Joy. I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Are you looking at something like Renaissance or Star Learning or something like Odysseyware or Encelius? Or can you kind of expand on that? And I guess one of my questions is, if the RFP goes out and you choose Encelius and half the sites currently use Odysseyware, and I've already paid perhaps for the next 3 years in a contract to have that, is there going to be some kind of requirement that we are supposed to use just what you're offering us? Or is it going to be, like you said, a supplement?
It doesn't look like it's going to happen for the RFP. Like when we do RFP such as this, it takes a long time. It
Yeah.
won't be for the 1921 biennial.
Okay.
It might be even for the second year of the 22nd, 23rd year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be immediate, because even if we were to select something, we would have to have startup. Like for instance, we'd have to have training. We'd have to bring teachers together. You know, everyone would have to get trained. We'd want to get everybody a heads up. Like it's not. I don't imagine it being even in 21, 22. Perhaps it'll be 22, 23. But yeah, and then what also might be and we're discussed in 21, 22, we may ask for some sites to be like the pilot, you know, and then if the pilot goes well, then we might go everybody in 22, 23, because what it is there's 12 JDEP sites, 8 YSEP sites, and there's 39 LTCT sites. You know,
Yeah.
the rollout and the pilot project will be critical. We can't just say, here, just throw it, throw it on everybody. Imagine the training and the professional development, the ramp up for this will be tremendous.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, when the RFP is posted, you will let us know so that we can let people know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do that, but you guys can.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't let people know, but you guys most definitely can. Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and then so that's it. We felt that we need to just bring everyone together to bring everybody up to date, because there's some questions. And okay, so here's this too. So I guess it's public. So on OD's website, can people see my screen? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay. And I took flack for this anyway, but then it's okay. When you click this, the link on the left-hand side, latest resources, coronavirus. The second button on the graduation pathways under school leaders, there's an education funding reduction scenario. And I believe it's page 4. So this is what ODE sent to the governor's office for like our reductions and so forth. So for us, for our branch, our general fund, and I'll make this bigger, okay? So our branch was tasked, our general fund is 47 million. Our budgeted target was 4 million. We had to find $4 million. So the number one thing that was asked was, that was proposed was 750,000 from the grant and aid blind and visually impaired services. Number 2, grant and aid reduced long-term care treatment and hospital programs, which is 3.3 million. And that brought us to the 4 million. So, and if you look on the right, the justification, part of it was we wanted to keep the regional programs whole. It wasn't where all of the SPED people, like programs in SPED, took a same hit. It was just these 2 programs were proposed to take a hit. Now, this is just a proposal, and this is like a worst case scenario. We don't know what the governor or the legislature will do. I do know after this was submitted and posted, the governor's office asked for another reduction. I think like 4% or whatnot instead of like the 10%. So the cuts may not be as bad, but the cuts, like I said earlier, the cuts were not made for JDEP YSEP. All the cuts were in the blind vision impaired and LTCT. So that's what I mean by 1920. So and I took flack because this morning at I think 9 o'clock we had the LTCT webinar, and then some others, yeah. And then yeah. So right now JDEP and YSEP this current 1920 we're whole, but next year it might be bad. Yeah, I'm sorry, not bad, but we might see some cuts. Any questions on anything? No questions?
Hey, Sam, this is Toby. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Toby.
Hi, Sam. Just a quick question. You may have covered this, and the answer may just be that we're going to wait and find out. But as far as getting our teachers to go back on site and be doing in-person instruction, we've been doing the distant learning model, and that's been fine. Everybody's happy with that. But I'm getting a lot of questions as to when we can start coming back on site. I was thinking maybe July 1st as kind of a target date. Would that be realistic, or what is your thoughts on the process with that?
The best is to wait for the guidance that our superintendent of instruction is working on, Code Gill. So once that guidance has been posted, and hopefully it'll be posted sometime next week, then we'll have a more concrete date on when JDEP and YSEP teachers can return to the facilities. As of right now, Toby, I'm not comfortable in guessing a date, but yes. And YSEP JDEP is different because I guess I can pull it up. The other, I think it was last week or maybe this week, days just go by so fast. I sent out an email, and I intentionally did not include JDEP YSEP regarding summer school. Well, here it is. Because our hospital program LTCT, so here, so this is the guidance that we sent out, and here's the dates. I sent this out for hospitals and LTCT, but not sent out for YSEP JDEP because it doesn't apply. So, yeah. And this guidance looks like this, supporting all learners beyond this, and then you can find this on the OD website on here. And that is for summer programs, ESY. All the updated guidance can be posted here, and it is here, guidance in summer school and limited in-person learning.
Thank you, Sam. I'm familiar with that because we're getting ready to do our summer school here at our school. We're planning for that now. So I didn't know if that were the same guidance at the YSEP JDEP. It sounds like it's not. So I'll just be patient.
Yes. And I need to thank everybody because everyone has been very gracious because we've been delayed in all of our responses, and a lot of times we have to say it's to be determined. We don't know, and I thank you for that because in these times there is so much uncertainty, and we don't want to send out information that is incorrect.
Sam?
Yes.
Sam, can you, Matt Morgan in the Dalles again. So just to make sure I'm clear, right now our JDEP instructors are not expected to report in person, and that is through which date for now? Until what date?
Until the guidance is posted.
So indefinitely?
Yes, for now. Yes.
Okay.
But then Matt, I'm anticipating the guidance to be posted or released next week.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, but I don't know what the date will be in that guidance. These are really good questions. Any other questions? No? And this happens all the time. As soon as we log off, I'll receive like 2 or 3 emails with questions. It's all fine. It's all good. Um, so, okay. Okay, so it's, okay. Somebody asked in private chat, where on OD COVID-19 can I find 2021 guidance? This is a very good question, and people may not realize this. Okay, so I'm going to go back onto the OD's homepage, and I don't know if a lot of people were aware. This is our homepage, but then people can sign up, like, this link, planning for the 2021 school year. You can click here, and you could sign up for different sessions where ODE had sessions with parents, with educators, with community members, with a whole bunch of people. And you can even, on the right-hand side, you can even take this survey and so forth. So, and then to talk about what will 2021 look like. And I encourage you to complete the survey, participate either as a parent or as an educator, and to provide your input for the guidance for next year because yeah, and when I participated as a parent, and I let them know that my thingy is like my daughter is like my most precious thing, and like if I'm not comfortable sending my daughter to school, I won't, and hopefully she won't be unenrolled because of the 10-day drop rule and stuff like that. So um, you're free to participate in these listening sessions. But then, as of right now, the guidance for 2021 hasn't been finalized. They're in the listening stages and so forth. So that was in the chat. And let me check the chat. There's another. Okay. Okay, so yeah, somebody wanted to, that's a very good point. So, now's a good time for everyone to like share what are some of the good things that's happening at your site, and then to share ideas so that, it can be a community where others can emulate you or copy you and glean off ideas. Does anybody want to share? What are the good things that are happening?
Matt Morgan in the Dalles. We are trying to align our distance learning with the rest of the school district and how that looks. So it's pretty much the same as we are offering our regular ed students. Very thankful that our facilities director at our detention center is working very closely with me and the school district to make sure that we're giving those students the same thing that they would receive in a general ed setting.
Great, thank you, Matt. Yeah, so yeah, that's great. Least restrictive environment. Treat them as regular gen ed kids. Great. Any others? And Matt, is Molly a member of your school board?
Say again?
Is Molly Rogers a school board member?
We just had almost a brand new school board, and I have yet to meet them. So I don't know that name. I can't answer. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Molly Rogers, she's the juvenile director for Wasco County. She's Jeff Justison's boss. I'm sure you met her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Gotcha.
met her at that meeting in Portland.
Oh, yes, absolutely, I did. Yeah, I don't know if she's a member of our school board or not. Shame on me.
Oh no, because she said she was, but I'm not too sure. We're just wondering. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah. Toby, you want to share what's some of the good stuff that's happening at Klamath?
Yeah, sure, Sam. I'm kind of a unique unique position because I was the teacher at the juvenile department for 10 years before becoming the principal of our alternative school. So now I'm still serving it, but just in a different role. We have a really good teacher um, that replaced me, so I was thankful for that. And I have of course, a good understanding of how things work and the budgeting and stuff just from my work up there. I also know all the players, so I have a personal relationship with our detention manager, and he's been very supportive of kind of what we're trying to do. And so just having that collaboration has really been helpful. And we've all been very patient, but we're all anxious to kind of get back to normal. And we see the benefit of being on site. Certainly the students work more when we're there. So that's kind of what the intent of my questioning earlier was. But I just have we're a small school. We just have a few students up there, and the relationships that we have that I personally have up there have certainly been
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear Toby?
Can't hear Toby.
Okay.
Yeah, Toby cut out a couple times.
Did I cut out on you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I have kind of a weird connection here. The long story short is I used to work at the juvenile department. I was the teacher up there for 10 years. So I have a good relationship with the probation officers and the detention manager. And so that's been, as I transition into this job, that's been a huge bonus for me. So we're just kind of anxious to get back to work as normal. And we certainly understand the power of having in-person instruction.
Yeah. And Toby, if I'm not mistaken, the detention manager, his wife is a teacher in your school district, correct?
She's retired now, but yes, she was an elementary teacher, so he supports education wholeheartedly, which is definitely a plus.
Yeah. Joy, do you want to share, Joy?
Sure. Let's see, I'm at Lynn County JDEP. We have between 2 and 18 students. It's a lot smaller these days. One of the things that I was really grateful for is that Lynn County keeps their Title I-D dollars, but I've worked with them closely for them to hire people that are very interactive. So they're Lynn County employees, so they are essential and they're still there. So every day my students there get about an hour and a half to 2 hours of horticulture, which is amazing science. It's a horticulturalist who has about 25 years in the field. And then my teacher remotely dials in for an afternoon of study lab, and they work on Odyssey-ware, Khan Academy, Alex, college level math, and an excellent typing program that we just love. So we like to look at those critical skills that students can take with them and use for a long time. So it's been actually okay. Looking forward to having my teacher back on site, but it's been okay. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Joy. How about the shoots? COIC?
John, do you want to go or do you want me to go? Well,
Stephanie, I think he wants you to go.
Okay. Well, so we basically are using Odyssey-ware and Zoom. So we're doing Zoom meetings in Odyssey-ware. We kept the same schedule. And so the reading time and the newspaper time they're doing with the staff, and then the staff sends the stuff by fax/email to me. And so I'm still tracking everything, and anytime the kids need some help, I can do it with Odyssey, a Zoom meeting, and then we work with Odysseyware because they can either pull theirs up or I can pull it up at the same time so we can look at it and talk about it. So besides me being remote, not a lot has changed. It's kind of the same schedule.
Great.
Does that help?
Yes, thank you. Anybody else want to share? Unfortunately, our partners from Lincoln County all left. Okay, so, Julie, do you want to share anything? Or Julie or Adam, you want to communicate anything to anybody?
Did you just call me out, Sam?
No, I want to know if you want to share anything for like any announcements for Synergy or anything.
On my end, things have been going really well. We have new registrars and they've been working really hard and keeping up and learning their job. And especially during this time when there's been a lot of changes, I've been working on transcripts so that when they print, it will actually say waived on the skills, because for some students now, they don't have to, the essential skills has been suspended for this year. And soon New Year rollover will happen.
Great. Anybody else want to share anything?
I do want to talk about JDEP sites.
Okay.
I have been working on figuring out how to get so that you guys can enter your credits onto the transcript and print a transcript. So that would be coming in.
Julie, could you repeat? You're breaking up.
I have been working on a way to make it so that JDEP sites can add their credits to the transcript, and they could print transcripts that include their credits.
Great. So right now, that is my understanding, it's not set up yet, correct?
It is not set up yet. When I sent out an email, I don't think everybody was interested in doing it, but a lot of people were. There were some schools that were interested in doing it. So it will hopefully be coming up here real soon, so you can start the new year that way.
Great, thank you for working on that, Julie.
Julie, I have a quick question on that. Is it going to have to be for every student, or can we opt in, like for a student who's there for an extended amount of time that has earned, valid credit?
Not to be for every student.
It
can be.
I'm
sorry, Joy, you cut out.
Does it be for every student? Are we able to opt in for particular students?
It can just be for any student you want to add and print a transcript for.
Perfect, but it doesn't have to be for every student, correct?
Correct.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Every school does not have to participate. Every student doesn't have to be entered. So it's really usable and easy way to do this. I do want to note, however, it will add work to your registrar. So say, for example, you have a senior, you want to print the transcript and to include your to do that, you have to get past to get transcript with all of their credits, so you know where they're at. That makes sense to me. I don't know where the background is coming from.
Julie, unfortunately, you're breaking in and out. I don't know if others are having the same issue.
I hear a lot of background noise, and I'm standing right by my router. My Wi-Fi is really good.
Yeah, that's so strange. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else wants to share? Okay. If not, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules for participating. I'll send out a follow-up email with the links, and I will also, as Matt requested, I will also copy and paste the graduation, um, the diploma, the diploma statute. Okay, and feel free anybody to call me or email me if anyone has questions anytime. All right, thank you everybody. Have a good day. Enjoy the good weather.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Be well.
Bye.
Thank you, Sam.